When I first saw that girl, I fell in love with her at first sight. I noticed her communicating through gestures, so I assumed she couldn't hear. After she left, I approached a woman standing by the swimming pool and asked about her. The woman revealed she was her older sister. Hesitantly, I asked for the girl's name. The woman smiled and asked, "Have you started liking my sister?" I smiled shyly. Pleased by this, the woman told me her sister's name. I then asked for her number, but the woman said that if I really wanted to talk to her, I should ask her myself. I thought I might never see her again. However, 2 days later, while out delivering food from my family's restaurant, I spotted the same girl standing by the roadside with her broken-down scooter. I immediately went over and offered to take a look at it. She smiled and agreed. After inspecting the scooter, I told her it would take about an hour to fix. Learning she was in a hurry to get somewhere, I offered her my bike and told her to go ahead while I fixed the scooter. She saved her number in my phone and asked me to let her know once the scooter was ready. With that, she rode off on my bike. I sent her several messages that night, but received no reply. The next morning, she remembered the scooter, saw my messages, and immediately wrote, "Sorry I was exhausted yesterday and fell asleep early." I was overjoyed when I read her message. We met in the afternoon to swap the bike and scooter back. Before meeting, I had cleaned her scooter so thoroughly that it looked brand new. She was amazed. She tried to pay me, but I refused. I simply asked, "If you're comfortable with it, could we be friends?" Touched by my simplicity, she smiled and said, "Yes, why not?" From that day on, we began meeting every day. Gradually, a friendship blossomed into love. A few days later, my mother asked, "Why do you seem so happy these days?" Smiling, I replied, "I've just made a wonderful friend," and walked away, feeling a bit shy. Then one day, she lost her job. She was deeply upset. As soon as I found out, I rushed to see her. I saw her standing in the water. Believing she couldn't hear, I gathered the courage to pour out my heart and confess my love. Just then, she turned towards me. I was stunned. She smiled and invited me into the pool to have some fun. Seeing her happy, I said, "You could work at our restaurant if you'd like." She asked through gestures, "I can't hear. Would your parents have a problem with that?" Smiling, I replied, "They will see your kind heart. That's all that matters." The next day, I took her home. My parents welcomed her warmly. I had already told them she couldn't hear, so they used a notebook and pen to communicate with her. Not only that, but they had even learned a few basic sign language gestures overnight. Touched by the family's affection, she became emotional. Then my parents asked if she would like to work with us. She smiled and said, "Yes, I'd love to." We were all astonished to hear her voice. I asked, "But I thought you couldn't hear." Laughing, she replied, "I've always been able to hear. I thought you couldn't hear." I laughed at that, but then I remembered I had poured my heart out the day before, and she had heard it all. Blushing, I asked, "So, do you like me too?" She smiled and made a gesture by bringing her fist close to her nose, a sign meaning she liked me back. Later, she explained that her parents and sister were all deaf, so she had communicated using sign language since childhood. Hearing this, I smiled and said, "It makes no difference to me. I fell in love with you, not your voice." Hearing this, the girl's eyes welled up with tears. That day, I became convinced that true love never focuses on imperfection.